Jai Mahamaya Ki Jai. In our last discourse, we heard Veda Vyasa asking Narada about Mahamaya. So we'll go on to chapter 26. Veda Vyasa said, "O king, when I asked him, Narada, why this Mahamaya delusion overtook me, Narada smiled and said, O son of Parasara, you are thoroughly acquainted with all the Puranas. Why then are you making this question about the cause of moha, delusion? No one-bodied soul can exist in this samsara without this moha. Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, and the others, and all the munis, they are all surrounded by Mahamaya and are thus traveling in the path of samsara. The people know me as a wise man, but I too am deluded like an ordinary man. I am now speaking to you as certain as anything of my previous history now. I was deluded by Maya. Hear attentively. O son of Vasavi, great troubles and pains were felt by me before due to this Mohamaya in my life. One day, Parvata and I, the two Deva Rishis, went out together from the Devaloka to the excellent portion of the earth named Bharata and came to the Martaloka of the lands of the mortals. We then began to travel over various places and saw the places of pilgrimages and the holy places and the beautiful hermitage of the munis. Before we went out of the Devaloka, we consulted with each other and entered into an agreement that we would not hide our feelings from each other, whether they be good or bad, while we would travel over the face of the earth. Thus, making an agreement, we went out in right earnest as munis to travel over the face of this earth. Thus, roaming all over the face of the earth, at the end of the summer season, when the rainy season commenced, we came to the beautiful city of the king named Sanjaya. The king showed us great respect and worshipped us with devotion. Since then, we remained for 4 months in his house. During the 4 months, as that rainy season, the roads are always almost impossible to pass. It is therefore wise to stay in one place. For 8 months, the Devijas should always remain abroad on some work or other. Thinking all these, we too began to stay in the house of King Sanjaya. That liberal-minded king gladly and with respect kept us as his guests and tendered us all our requirements. The king had a beautiful daughter named Damayanti with good teeth. The king ordered her to take care of us. That large-eyed princess of great discrimination was very energetic day and night. She began to serve both of us. In due time, she gave us water for our bath, excellent meals, towels for cleaning, rubbing our face, in fact, everything. She kept ready for us whatever we desired, fans, seats, beds, whatever was necessary. Thus she began to serve. We were also engaged in the study of our Vedas and in those practices that were approved by the Vedas. I used to sing then, with lute in my hand, the sweet, lovely Samagayatri songs in tunes and good svaras. The princess herself appreciated the songs, and when she heard these Sama songs ravishing to one's mind, she became attached to me and showed signs of affection. Day by day, the attachment towards me grew stronger. Seeing her attached to me, my mind also became attached to her. Thus the princess indulged in amorous sentiments toward me and began to make slight distinctions between the food and other things offered to me and Parvata. I got warm water for my bath. Parvata got cold. I got nice curds with my food. He was only served whey. I got nice white bedding for myself to sleep on, where Parvata merely got a sheet to lie down on. Thus the princess began to serve me in great love and devotion, but not so she served Parvata. The fair lady began to look at me with eyes of love, and not so to Parvata. Parvata was very much surprised to see this, and he said, "What is this?" Then he asked me in private, "Oh, Narada, speak to me truly in detail. The princess shows very much gladness and affection, and her deep love towards you. She serves you with dainty dishes, but she leaves not so with me. I therefore suspect that I see all these distinctions made between you and me, that the daughter of King Sanjaya wants with her heart and soul to make you her husband, and you also want to make her your wife. I've come to know this by signs and symptoms. Whatever they be, O Muni, now speak truly to me. Do never tell a lie. When we went out from the heavens, we made out the agreement. Now remember that. Narada said, that question suddenly by the Parvata. I became very abashed and said, O Parvata, this large-eyed princess is ready to marry me, and I am also very much attracted towards her. When Parvata heard all these, he became very angry and uttered repeatedly, Fie, O Narada, fie! First you swore an oath, and then you deceived me afterwards. Therefore, O deceiver of friends, I curse you, and let your face become that of a monkey. When the high-souled Parvata cursed thus, the face turned immediately into that of a monkey, elongated and distorted. I did not excuse him, though he was my sister's son. I also got angry and cursed him. Certainly your journey to heavens will be stopped. You will not be able to go to heaven. O Parvata, when you curse me so heavily for so trivial a fault of mine, I see you as very mean. Whatever it be, you will have to remain on earth so long. At this, Parvata became very sad and went out of the city. My face became immediately like that of a monkey. The daughter of the king became very sorry to see my face thus distorted into that of a monkey. I did not see her glad as she was before, but her desire to hear my playing with my lute remained the same as before. O Muni, what happened next? How did you get rid of your curse, and how did you get your man-like face back? Vyasa asked Narada. Whither did Parvata Rishi go? And when and how did you reunite with each other? Kindly describe this to me. Narada said, O highly intelligent one, what shall I say about the nature of Maya? When Parvata went away angrily, the daughter of the king began to serve me with greater care than before. I remained there, though Parvata went away, and seeing my face like monkey, I became very dejected and sorrow, and was especially troubled with care and anxiety what would happen to me hereafter. The king Sanjaya saw that his daughter Damayanti was slipping into her youth and asked the prime minister about her marriage. He said, the time of marriage of my dear daughter has now come. I will now marry her in accordance with the due rites and ceremonies. Now tell me particularly about the prince worthwhile for her in beauty, qualifications, large-heartedness, calmness, patience, and heroism, who is of a good family. The minister said, O king, there are many princes on the face of this earth worthy in all respects of your daughter. Whomever you like, you can call him and give him your daughter with elephants, horses, and chariots, wealth, and gems. Damayanti, knowing the intentions of her father, informed the king of her own desire by her nurse and attendant. The nurse went to the king and said, when my father will sit at his ease and comfort, you would go and speak to him in private that I am enchanted with the enchanting nada sounds on the great lute played by the Maharishi Narada, and have selected him to be my bridegroom. No other person will be dear to me. O Father, marry me with Narada, and thus fulfill my desire. O knower of Dharma, I won't marry anybody but Narada. O Father, I am now merged in the nada ocean, the sound ocean of bliss, sweet and joyful, void of anything destructive of happiness, void of nakra, alligators and fishes, injurious animals, and without any salty taste. My mind won't be satisfied with any other thing. Here ends the 26th chapter of the 6th book of the description of Narada of his own moha in the Mahapurana Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Veda Vyasa. Jai Mahamaya ki jai, Vishveshvari Mata ki jai, Bole Baba ki Jai.